Who is Isaias Afwerki, and why is he significant in the Horn of Africa's crises? Well, let's delve into the story of this intriguing figure. Isaias Afwerki, the president of Eritrea, a small country in the Horn of Africa, is a man who rose from the ranks of a guerrilla leader fighting for Eritrea's liberation from Ethiopia to become one of the most repressive and authoritarian leaders in Africa. Since Eritrea gained independence in 1993, Afwerki has ruled the country with unyielding control, isolating his nation from the international community and violating the human rights of his own people. Afwerki's influence extends beyond the borders of Eritrea. His role in the Horn of Africa's geopolitics is substantial, with his involvement in several conflicts and interventions in neighboring countries like Sudan, Somalia, Djibouti, Yemen, and Ethiopia. He has faced accusations of supporting armed groups and militias that destabilize the region, including the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab in Somalia. In the ongoing civil war in Ethiopia's Tigray region, he has sided with the Ethiopian government against the Tigray People's Liberation Front, his longtime adversary. At home, Afwerki is an enigmatic and unpredictable leader. He rarely steps into the public eye, giving few interviews or speeches. His rule is unchallenged, with no clear successor or political party. Afwerki has squashed potential threats through a campaign of fear, jailing or executing opponents, critics, and former allies. He has imposed a permanent state of emergency and military conscription, effectively keeping the population under his thumb. In a further display of his authoritarian rule, Afwerki has refused to implement a constitution, hold elections, publish a budget, or allow any civil society or media freedom. To summarize, Isaias Afwerki, the president of Eritrea, is a figure of significant influence in the Horn of Africa's crises. His rise to power from a guerrilla leader to an authoritarian ruler has marked Eritrea's history since its independence. His involvement in regional conflicts and support for destabilizing groups has created ripples across the Horn of Africa. Within Eritrea, his repressive policies and violations of human rights have resulted in a nation isolated and under constant fear. His refusal to allow political freedom and social development has kept Eritrea in a state of stagnation. Thus, understanding Isaias Afwerki is key to understanding the political and social dynamics of the Horn of Africa. His actions and policies have shaped the region and continue to have far-reaching impacts on the stability and development of the Horn of Africa.